The big news everyone is talking about in the Southwest Florida real estate market is inventory. Today we're going to talk about it. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. I do like to put a market update on the last Wednesday of every month. If you're interested, please subscribe to follow along. There is a lot of inventory out there. There's a lot of theories on why there's so much inventory out there. I'd love to hear yours. If you have some thoughts on this in the market right now, it's very concentrated in Southwest Florida, this high inventory. There's high inventory all over the country, but we're really experiencing it in this area. So let me know what you think in the comments below. We're going to go over some numbers and then I will tell you what I am personally seeing in the market. Let's start with active inventory of single family homes. Now, I get these numbers. The Florida Realtors Association sends out January's numbers. They usually do it around the 22nd, 23rd of the month. But I've also gone into the MLS and checked the numbers in February so far. So we really have 30 days or 31 days of January and about 26 days when I checked the numbers in February. So it's not a perfect matching, but it does show me or show us where the market is and perhaps leaning towards. Let's take a look. Active inventory, single family homes. In January, we had 2,913. February so far, we have 2,732. Now, we have gone down a little bit. However, this is our peak season, so it's still a lot of inventory for us to have in February. Let's look at new pending sales. Last month, I talked about how in January, we had 472. If you look at the chart, December 2023 versus January 2024, it looks like we were on a good path. New pending sales should go up in January. Again, this is our season. In February, we've so far kind of leveled out. We're at 412. It's not enough to eat up that inventory. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that with the next slide. We're going to talk about months of inventory. Months of inventory, I think, when I do the MLS math, when I take it from the MLS of 26 days, it makes the number slightly higher, I think. I think we're going to land a little bit lower. Let's take a look and I'll show you. So in January, we were at 7.3 months of inventory, which is a buyer's market. And in February so far, we're at 9.7 months. I put that little about because we have a lot of closings often in the last week of the month. So I do think that number will go down a little bit, but it does show us that we are not really changing course yet. We are still in that buyer's market. In fact, it looks like an even stronger buyer's market, which is unusual this time of year. This is the time of year we want to see that inventory being bought up. What's really interesting about all of this is the median sales price. We have seen a drop in median sales price over time, but as you can see in December and January, the last couple months, it's about even. And in February, it's slightly higher so far than it was in January, which is contrary to everything we know or what you ever hear about economics. I'm going to talk about why I think that is. It's really hard for me to say because it does seem like prices should be going down. So I'll give you my opinion. First, let's take a quick look at days on the market. Our days on the market, our median days on the market, last month, 57 days, this month, 55 days. And then I will tell you that feels almost a little low to me. I see in many segments of our market, we have homes sitting in the market over 100 days. That's very common. So this is, there are things, of course, that move that up. But that brings me to why I don't think the sales prices are dropping like maybe, especially if you're a buyer out there, you're thinking they should. In general, we are a market where people have a lot of options. They can move here, they cannot move here. they can sell their house or they can try to wait it out. So to put their house on the market, there are people out there who are saying, you know what, we're going to try it, but if nobody comes along, it's okay, we can wait it out. Whereas certainly there are other markets where people are feeling the squeeze of needing to sell and upgrade, or they can't pay the taxes anymore, they can't pay the insurance. While that does happen here, there's a lot of our market that has a lot of options, and that includes sellers. So if they can wait it out, if they think, okay, when mortgage rates drop, a lot of buyers will come out, then some of them are waiting it out. Even if they have their homes on their market, they're just not dropping them. Now, you do see people dropping prices. I've seen a lot of price decreases in the last couple of weeks. And sometimes that's because people do need to sell. And sometimes they need to sell because they want to buy something in another area that might not have the inventory we do. I feel like in this market, I keep picturing, you know, when you were a kid and a teacher, you played tug-of-war and the teacher would stand in the middle and go, oh, and there'd be a minute where everybody went this way and a minute where everybody went that way, and you didn't quite know where it was going to go. That's kind of how I feel right now. The buyer side is definitely pulling harder. They're definitely holding out and seem to have the power. I will tell you, if you're a buyer out there, the other thing I see is people not using it. And maybe this is my own remembering 2019 and the years before, when buyers had much more power than they did in 2020 and 2021. And I had buyers, people I had been working with a long time, who in 2019 said, there's so much out there. We can wait it out. And then 2020 hit and they could not wait it out anymore. Sometimes they were priced out of the market. So if you're a buyer right now, I would tell you, this is a good time. Yes, you might get a little bit more pull, but at any minute, the rates could drop. Other buyers could start to go, hey, this is our advantage time. Let's take advantage. And things will shift and the seller side will get a little bit more pull. It's a back and forth. Ultimately, prices tend to go up over time. So this will only last so long. It might last a year, might last 2 years, might last 6 months. I'm telling you, don't miss out on it, because I have seen that before, and it's sad to watch, to be very frank with you. On the selling side, you should know that you have a lot of competition out there, and if you are eager to sell, you are going to have to price to sell. You are going to have to set your house up in a way to sell it. That it is not a time where you can go, yeah, but we have XYZ, of course it's going to sell. You need to pull very hard to get these buyers across the line and get them to buy. So if you have any questions about the market, or like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts, leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.